Hello guys, welcome to the new HD Wild YouTube channel. I've got a nice chill video for you here with some incredible views, so stay tuned to see how we got it. I would recommend getting comfy, getting some snacks and whacking your feet up, because it is a chilled one. The location for this spot is the Egan East Ridge, taking the route up through the Devil's Appendix. It's a moderate difficulty route. It's got a bit of fire burner on it, especially with bags, so I'd recommend being prepared for if you want to do this. I'm Harry, and this is my mate Danny. Last year we decided we had had enough of getting steaming in my front room and watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so we made a mission of getting out as much as we can, climb mountains and catch incredible views like these. I really hope you enjoy this, and if you want to see more of us, we also do TikTok, so have a look at HD Wild on TikTok, you might like it. But yeah, enjoy the video guys.
I'm kitting out now. We got it out.
So, we just got a fucking sick inversion. Now we're going over to Egan to look over for the sunset in the morning. Sunrise in the morning. Listen, fuck off. And then Tri-Fan as well, tomorrow. If you don't know the valley, get to know it.
So we made it to our little ledge area just after the sunset. So time to set up camp, get things ready for the evening. This spot is honestly unbelievable. It's in the Ogwen Valley, it's just next to Egan, and it's a little tight ledge, fit 2 tents on there. The lighting may be a bit rough here. I'm just going to go through the stuff that I take with me on a camp, what the bag looks like, and you know how we operate when we get up to these places.
Fucking Greg's ham sandwich. Pack of pork pies. A pack of Oreos to dunk in the brews. DJI. Maverick Air 2. And to be honest with you, for our pitch, waterproofs. A hat and gloves. Don't roll away. Oh mate, this MSR kettle, I've not used it yet, I'm going to use it today. Looks fucking class.
Now I am just going to come for this jacket rapid because I swapped out like an idiot down, it was only an OEX Circa or OEX Kintra for this Berghaus Klagen, and honestly I don't mind Berghaus, but this jacket was rubbish. Like, it doesn't have any tighteners on the arm, at the wrist, to stop the draft from coming in. It was just weak. It wasn't warm. I returned it the next day and upgraded to a mountain equipment jacket. But apart from that, I don't mind Berghaus. This jacket, awful though, and that's the Berghaus Klagen.
Fucking Elixir 2. So, not the lightest pack.
Normally my pack's around 12 to 15 kilo, so pretty heavy. The tent I'm using is the MSR Elixir 2. It's not a very original tent, it's probably one of the most bought tents on the market, but there is, you know, good reason for why that is the most bought tent on the market. It's got a really easy and simple pitch. Everything's colour coded. I normally take the ground sheet with me every time, I know some people don't, but I just do it just for that extra little protection for if it is wet and boggy. Ground sheet goes down first. It's just got 4 pegs to go into that. Then after the ground sheet, you've got to place your inner down. This is one of the downsides of this tent, which I'll talk about a bit more later. After that, the poles go in. These poles are colour coded. You have grey and red, and they correspond to some toggles that are on the inner sheet. The ground sheet is just flat out colours of red. It's only the innie that you've got to match up with the poles. These poles go in quite easily, they're connected together. It's a really simple, fast setup. And after this, you've got little clips to go up. Again, red and grey colour coded. Makes life really easy when putting this up. You literally cannot get this tent wrong when pitching. I did have some issues with the fly sheet when I first got it, having to work out how to get that torqued properly and the best way to do that. But if you're not doing the outer sheet, really, really easy. Look at that. Just torquing it up now and done.
Now, sleep section. Can you see that all right? That's easy to pitch that. Sleeping clothes. And then, inside this one is my sleep system. So, I've got the hyped up Thermarest Neo there in the pump sack.
So this mat is an absolute beast, and this was my first night testing it out. I picked this up the other day. It's 567 grams with an R value of 7.3. It keeps you off the ground by about 7.6 centimetres, meaning if you're lying on your side, if you're a side sleeper, your hips won't be touching into the ground. You'll have that nice layer away from the cold ground. This keeps you really warm. The pump sack's quite good, pumps up relatively fast. It's not too bad. While I'm pumping this up, I'll explain some stuff about the tent as well. So the MSR Elixir 2, incredible tent, really, really good. However, my personal issues with it, first of all, it being an inner pitch only. If it's raining, the tent's going to get wet. If it's raining when you're putting it down, your tent's going to get wet and your bag's going to get wet. And on multi-day treks, it's going to be a bit uncomfortable because you'll be quite damp. Another thing, when you're quite torqued on the MSR and you're trying to close the door at night, it is an absolute pain to close it up. On here, I've not got the outer on, so I don't have that issue. But it has got a lot of vestibule space, so all your gear can go in the vestibules, keeping them out your tent. You've got a lot of room inside that tent then, and it's a really comfy tent. And for this night, where I didn't use the outer, you've got a full mesh top and some mesh windows in it, so you're getting the views all night, which is honestly just incredible. Can't beat it.
We also have in here a liner if it's cold. I don't think I'm going to need the liner tonight though. I find it a bit annoying. I did have the Ceta Summit, but it popped, and when I went to go and replace it, they didn't have any in, so I'm actually using the ultralight OEX Flux pillow, which is good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. It doesn't have a quick release valve though, so I don't like how firm it is at full pelt, but you have to like actually just open the full thing to get a bit of air out, which is yeah, it's annoying.
It's not a bad pillow. It's good. It's cheap. It does the job quite well. I will say I did need the sleeping bag liner. It's always good to have one on you as well. If you're like me and you're using budget sleep gear still for a lot of stuff, you're going to want to make sure you've got a liner when it is getting into these cold nights. If tonight in particular, when you're camping, it was going to hit -2 to -4-ish in that range. So we was down for a chilly one. It was a good test for the Thermarest, as this is, you know, one of the warmest mats on the market. And it gave me the option to be able to camp tonight. Without this mat, I don't think I would have been up here, as you'll see in a minute with the sleeping bag that I used. It isn't the most warmest sleeping bag, and it isn't an expensive one. It is my entry-level sleeping bag that I got over a year ago, and it's still going strong. So I did give Berghaus shade earlier. I'll give him some approval in a minute.
And finally, there's a Berghaus 300.
So this is meant to be a lightweight synthetic sleeping bag. It's 2 season to 3 season. It does weigh 1.6 kilo, so quite a heavy bag. I don't normally bring the compression sack, I just stuff it in the bag. It has a limit rating of -1 and a comfort of 4 degrees, so using a liner and using down jackets to sleep in can boost it up, especially when you're in a Thermarest, as the Thermarest design basically brings the heat that you radiate down to it straight back up to you, so you're not losing any of that heat to the ground. So this has kept me warm this night. Don't get me wrong, it was chilly, and I'm looking to invest in a better sleeping bag. But for the meantime, at the moment, this will do. If anyone has any suggestions of good down sleeping bags, I'd love for you to send them over, because I do want to upgrade this.
Try like that. So, pitch is okay. Danny's down there, next to like ridge, not the ridge, like the edge of Egan. So yeah, simple Thermo-X Neo Air X Firm Burgos Transition OEX Flux. I mean, I want a new sleeping bag. I want my Ceta Summit back, but this rig is fine, and this tent's done well.
Next up, it's dinner time, and there's nothing exciting on the menu really. There's a Greggs sandwich and a cup of soup going, but I am excited to test out my new MSR Titan Kettle 900. Weighs in at 126 grams, so very lightweight. Pairing that with a Kuja OEX stovetop and a Jetboil gas, because it fits quite nicely in the kettle, and no rattling around in your bag. If you know about the rattling around, it's so annoying. It's fresh out the box this, so I didn't take off the tag that connects the lid. This caused a bit of frustration in a minute, as you'll see. It's starting to get pretty cold at this point, so I'm getting excited for a warm cup of soup. See the air there. A little frustrating, but luckily the top of Devil's Appendix, in between Egan and Glitter 4, there is a little time where you can refill water if you've got a water filter. So we just did that, no issues. Bit of frustration when losing the water, but we move. Now it's time to enjoy a Knox chicken cup of soup with a bit of black pepper. And unfortunately a Greggs ham and cheese sandwich, but we'll get into that bit of the rant later. Greggs food review coming up soon.
The more I think about it, Greggs are just straight wankers. All they've done is fucking butter this. They put a sliver of ham and a sliver of cheese and just fucking gone, yeah, here you are. Clover, whole tub, bell ends. It's not even Lurpak. You can taste the difference. Arseholes. This was the only fucking sandwich they had in as well. Imagine going to a Greggs at fucking 1 o'clock in the afternoon and them only having one type of sandwich out. One type. It's ham and cheese. No tuna crunch, no Mexican Chipotle chicken. And then she shouted at me for trying to scan my Greggs card. I had every right to fucking sidekick her, smash her head off the grill and bake her like a pasty. There's a big issue with Greggs. Food review's over. Greggs sandwich, 4 out of 10. The only thing sprucing it up is fucking cup of soups. You tossers. We have become the inversion. So we're fucking chilling in the tent. Actually quite toasty. But check this. Because I've not got the fly up, it's a fucking really starry night. Let me show you all this.
This was all shot on the iPhone 16 Pro. I got a good opportunity to take some pictures. It was a really clear night, loads of stars, and honestly this moon was so red when it came out. It looked like daytime, it was like a sunrise.
Some of you will never get to experience this because you won't leave the comfort of your environment. Gyms.
Clouds everywhere. You won't be able to see them. My eyes can. So that's why when you sit at home watching it, you still need to get out there to do it.
Well, I'm gonna go get some sleep. So, good night.
I got a decent sleep, but it got bitterly cold in the morning, but it was worth it when you wake up to views like this. An unbelievable cloud inversion. This is about 7:30, just before even dawn kicks off. And the clouds came rolling in, the sun was coming up slowly, beautiful views of Trefan. I can't stress how good this is for the soul to be in a place where you can just experience this kind of stuff. Not many people, no one else was camping this night. There was no one else on the top of the mountains. People were coming for sunrise hikes, but by the time the majority of most people got up and wanted to start their day, the inversion was gone. They didn't get to experience any of this. We got the drone out. Arguably got the drone out about 10-15 minutes too late, just as the clouds starting to go. And here's a perfect shot of the ledge that we camped on. As you can see, it is quite tight for spots. There's only 2 really good spots with flat ground. The rest of it's quite just hilly, and you'll have a rough back in the morning. But honestly, this is the second time using this spot. Hopefully you just don't see this and rob us of it, because I'll actually have to scrap you on the mountain for it. But yeah, this is an unbelievable spot and a great place to camp, and I hope everyone else can get to experience something like this after seeing this video. That's why we're here. And this is us in the morning staring at the sun, getting some shots for some TikToks and other random bits and bobs. If you do want to follow us on TikTok, it's HD Wild.
It turns out it was actually freezing last night. It was very chilly. Well, but we survived. Didn't we, Daniel? We did. Time to get to cafe and go up Trefan.
Unfortunately, we couldn't do Trefan this day. Weather, the conditions weren't there for it. It was too icy. It just would have put us at risk and put others at risk as well. If Mountain Rescue needs to come, it's a charitable organisation. Don't need to endanger them if you don't seriously need it. So don't do it if you don't have to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was the first video. We've got plenty more to come, and we've got plenty more cool ideas to come forth in the future. So stay tuned. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.